What's up, beautiful people? This is BlackTree On TV, and I'm your host, Alex Hudgens. We are your #1 source for urban entertainment, the soul of Hollywood, and your official provider of summer fun. And guess what? We have an A-list episode for you today. So check this out. We catch up with Nate Parker, star of Non-Stop, on the red carpet at the world premiere. And then we're going behind the scenes of the high-flying action Non-Stop, starring Liam Neeson, Julianne Moore, Nate Parker, and Lupita Nyong'o. Then, in honor of Black Music Month, we hang out with the Q, the one and only Quincy Jones. But now it's time for us to talk to Mr. I Always Save the Day. That's right, we caught up with Liam Neeson and his co-star Julianne Moore, who star in the high-flying action thriller Non-Stop. You'll never guess what they hate about flying. Sean Edwards sat down with the two.
I've been wondering, why the window seat?
What? Why the window seat?
Why did you sit next to me?
What?
I found a hole in the first class toilet. Clear shot to the captain. The guy who died had one of these embedded in his skin. Ever seen one before?
No.
The toilets were locked 10 minutes before the captain died. 5 minutes before that, I saw a woman enter. She's 70 years old. She said you went in after her, and she doesn't have Alzheimer's, if you're wondering.
Are you asking me if I saw someone else go in, or if I killed the captain?
So you two don't mind flying?
No. No, I know airports are a nightmare for all of us, but once you get past all that, I feel safe and I enjoy flying.
So what's the craziest thing that ever happened to you on a particular flight that you can recall?
A drunk person beside me flying to South Africa, long flight. Like
Yeah, that's not a good thing at all. Too long of a flight for that.
Yeah.
That would get annoying quick.
Luckily, they didn't recognize me, so there was no talk of
nice.
movies and stuff.
Does that happen often when someone recognizes you on a flight?
Sometimes it does. Yeah. The last thing I want to do is talk about movies.
Nobody ever wants to talk about work, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't.
Yeah.
What's the worst experience you've ever had on a flight?
I'm probably similar, similar.
Sitting with me.
Yeah, that's right. Sitting with an Irish guy. I'm like, oh no, Liam. Hey, I'm like, oh hey, I didn't know you're taking this flight, Liam.
Oh, hi, Julian.
Hi. Yeah, no, I just don't. I'm just really reading and listen to it.
Exactly. Hey, but I mean, I really liked it. I like this movie because you were sort of like his counterbalance. It was cool to see that type of character in the movie where like you just weren't like there, or you weren't there to do stupid things. You actually.
How refreshing is that? Like,
No, it is because I mean you actually like.
And to have a
some
great
importance to the
actress,
plot.
not
Right,
do
exactly.
stupid.
So was that refreshing to see that?
It was fun for me that the movie had all these different people in it, wonderful actors first and foremost, and that you don't know who anyone is. There's a sense of mystery about everybody, and they all seemed like real people. Just the way when you get on a flight, you're like, who are these people? I don't know
Just
what
a
they are,
total collection of random people.
And tonally, I feel like there's a lot of variety in the film, which I thought was very interesting.
And you, my friend, are holding up well because you had to do some things in some tight
Whoa,
quarters.
just go back.
Yeah, excuse me?
Holding up well.
You're holding your own. You're
Explain yourself.
I mean, that's a positive. I mean, you're still doing your thing, and I just can't believe.
Yeah, at the age of 85. It's amazing, isn't it?
Listen, if I'm gonna sit anywhere, it's gonna be next to Liam Neeson.
Exactly. You're like an idol to me. I aspire to be just like you. I mean, you just
Backtracking.
I know.
No.
Yeah.
That just put me on the spot. I'm just really impressed with what you had to do in close quarters. I mean, I just can't even imagine doing take after take after take.
Especially when you're that tall.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you're a nice.
Yeah.
You are a nice sized
tall are
guy
you?
doing some really crazy things.
No, it's great to do. It's great to do this stuff. It's terrific. And on this film, to work with Julianne again, long periods of sitting down, and then periods of going to various bathrooms and having physical altercations.
If they use
That's
that
good
clip,
news.
that's going to be weird, right?
I know.
That's like,
Yeah, that was kind of weird. But no, congratulations. You guys do great work. So keep doing what you do. A pleasure to see you again, and thanks for the airplane ride.
Thanks,
Thank you.
bye.
Nice to talk to
Appreciate
you.
Liam Neeson doesn't play around. He's gonna save his daughter, stop the hijackers, and fight off a pack of wolves and win. If you're a bad guy and you see Liam Neeson on your plane, you gotta change your terror plans, okay? I'm just saying. Now, we caught up with Liam Neeson's co-star, the super cool and suave Nate Parker, on the red carpet at the Non-Stop premiere.
you always want a character that has a goal, you know what I mean, has a motivation from the beginning and it carries them through the end. For me, as a computer programmer in the project, I just want to get to London, just want to get to the job interview and get on with the rest of my life. And when the situation arises, they basically say, well, hey, you're a computer programmer, can you help with your tech skills, help us figure out who this person is? I'm like, absolutely, if it means me getting home. So I was always had an obstacle, but I was always able to push to get that goal done. So it was a very dynamic character, you know, and I love projects where everyone has a job. You know, for me, it was like, okay, you're the tech guy, help figure this out. You know, for Julianne, she's the smart, cerebral. You know, Liam, he's, you know, the mind, the muscle. He's trying to figure it out. So everyone had something to do. Well, I have 4 daughters now. I just had another baby girl. It is, you know, anytime you have kids, you're opening, you know, something new up into the world. So it's on you to make the world better for them. So everything I do every day is preparing the world, you know, preparing them for that moment when they're 18 or 19, they go off to college when I'm not there to protect them. When I leave them, basically send them into God's hands into wherever they want to go. I have to make sure that I've created a way for them that's positive, that's going to, you know, allow the world to receive them well. And a lot of that's just making sure that I'm being a good example to young men, because the young men that are under me are the young men that are going to be in the environment with my daughters. So I have to make sure that I'm living a certain way. I'm the right husband to my wife. I'm the right father to them. So a lot of decisions, you know, integrity, I guess. You know, for me, I stay at home a lot. You know, I try to sow. You know, you reap what you sow, and I try to sow into my family rather than into the world, into the business. You know, my job is to get on television and, you know, portray characters. But my job as a man is to be at home, you know, and to kind of just build a nest. You know what I mean? I get more out of, you know, cutting my lawn and just making dinner for my family than I do from going to a mixer and meeting people that could, you know, inevitably help my career. I think it's prioritizing.
Nate Parker is the man. Many are calling him the next Denzel. I see that, you go boy. And you know we're gonna have a lot more from Mr. Parker soon because he is very busy. Can't wait. Coming up, we go behind the scenes of the high-flying action flick Non-Stop, starring Liam Neeson, Julianne Moore, Nate Parker, and Lupita Nyong'o. Then, in honor of Black Music Month, we hang out with the Q, the one and only Quincy Jones. Plus, we head to the premiere of 300: Rise of an Empire. It's all coming up next, only on BlackTree On TV, your #1 source for urban entertainment.
You're watching BlackTree On TV, only on Soul of the South.